Hello, welcome to Stratford End United. This is your latest Manchester United news. It has been a very frustrating week at Manchester United, a week where we've seen two Premiership games being called off this week. The game against Brentford on Tuesday was called off, and as we all know now, the game against Brighton today has also been called off as well. I was meant to be going up to the game against Brighton this afternoon, so it's not an ideal situation for Manchester United to be in. I'm pretty sure Ralph Rangnick wanted these games to go ahead. It just wasn't possible due to the COVID outbreak. These two games, they should be replayed in January. It's just a matter of time of waiting for the Premier League and Manchester United to come out and officially announce this. A bit of transfer news. Both Newcastle United and West Ham United are interested in signing Jesse Lingard in the January transfer window. And in regard to Jesse Lingard, I do think he will leave Manchester United at some point in the January transfer window. I'm actually surprised. He did actually come back to Manchester United. He did have a really good spell at West Ham United, and I did think that West Ham United would have signed Jesse Lingard on a permanent basis. That didn't happen. He was come back to Manchester United. He struggled for game time. And I don't think, Jesse Lingard is part of Ralph Rangnick's plans going forward. So I do think that we will see Jesse Lingard leave Manchester United at some point during the transfer window, whether he goes to Newcastle or West Ham, or if another club comes in for Jesse Lingard. We'll have to wait and see. There's also stories saying that Anthony Martial is not happy at Manchester United and he wants to leave Manchester United. My personal, I actually think Anthony Martial will be leaving Manchester United. He has. I don't think Anthony Martial. I don't think he can say that he hasn't been given the opportunity in this Manchester United first team because he has. He just hasn't taken those opportunities. When Anthony Martial first came to Manchester United, a lot of people said he was going to be the next Thierry Henry. I remember his debut when he came on against Liverpool in his first game for Manchester United and scored against Liverpool. And there was this massive hype, that he was going to be the next Thierry Henry. He was going to be a really good player at Manchester United. We just haven't seen that. And this is another player that I do think that will leave Manchester United. Maybe in the January transfer window, if a good enough offer comes in for Anthony Martial, potentially he could be leaving in the January transfer window. I think Anthony Martial, he's been given the opportunity in the team. He hasn't taken the opportunities, and from what I've been really disappointed with some performances Anthony Martial has put in. And at this moment in time, unless things change, I just really can't see Anthony Martial having a long-term future at Manchester United. I also read a really interesting story as well before I come on to do the show today in regards to Marcus Rashford. And that story went on to say that Marcus Rashford would be interested in a move to Barcelona. Now, this is really interesting because Marcus Rashford has still got 18 months left on his contract. And my understanding is Barcelona are struggling financially. So whether maybe this is just a bit of a story, maybe it's being put in place to maybe unsettle Marcus Rashford. His performances this season, I think we'll all agree, they haven't been fantastic. Whether he's still suffering some kind of discomfort from the shoulder injury he had the back end of last season, whether it could be a factor that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer rushed Marcus Rashford back into this Manchester United team a bit too quickly. I'm not too sure, but Marcus Rashford, we haven't seen Marcus Rashford that we have in previous seasons. He has struggled for performances. He has struggled performance-wise this season so far. I watched him in certain games, and the decisions he's made and performances he's put in this season. I have been quite disappointed. In our story as well, it also said that PSG would be interested in signing Marcus Rashford. But I would be disappointed if Manchester United did sell. I can't believe that this story is true. I do think Manchester United. I can't see Manchester United wanting to sell Marcus Rashford. Just because he hasn't performed this season. It doesn't mean he's not a good player. So I think Marcus Rashford, he's a very good player. He's got potential to help to take this Manchester United team forward. So I would be really disappointed if Marcus Rashford left Manchester United, and I'm sure a lot of other United fans would be disappointed and shocked if Manchester United sold Marcus Rashford. But I think his position in the team, in his first team, is definitely under threat. Going back to what I just said, performance-wise, he hasn't been fantastic this season. I've read a few stories throughout the week saying that Ralf Rangnick, he is ready to drop first-team players if they're not performing. And I agree with this. If this is something that we didn't see, and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I'm not saying Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was scared of dropping some of these big stars. I just think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was, he was too stuck in his ways. He was quite stubborn, and I think we've seen this where certain times last season where he wasn't making substitutions when he should have been. With Ralf Rangnick, I think he will make changes. I think if some of these big players like Bruno Fernandes, even Ronaldo, if these players aren't performing, I do think that he will drop some of these players, and I think that's what some of these players need, because, like I say, going back to the regime under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, didn't really happen. I think some of these players feel a bit too comfortable that the position in this Manchester United team is fully secured. But we've already seen this season that Ralf Rangnick will make changes in this Manchester United team. He's left out Luke Shaw, he's left out Aaron Wan-Bissaka, and he's brought in Alex Telles and also Diego Dalot as well. So I think it is going to be a really good thing, to see Ralf Rangnick making changes and leaving players out if they aren't performing. This will give some of these players a kick up the backside that they need, to perform much better in this Manchester United first team. So that does bring you up to date with all the. It is a shorter video today, so obviously I would have done a look ahead. I would have done a look ahead to the game, and also would have gone live if this game against Brighton would have gone ahead today. So it would have been a much longer video. But it does brings you up to date with all the latest Manchester United news. If the game goes ahead against Newcastle, I'll do a look ahead for that game. That game is due to go ahead on 27th of December. Hopefully that game does go ahead. So if that game goes ahead, I'll be back then to do a look ahead for that game. Thank you all for watching. Do smash a like on the video, and if you are enjoying the content that I'm providing, do also feel free to subscribe to the channel on the bottom right hand corner as well. I hope you all have a fantastic Christmas. Thanks for watching, take care, and I will speak to you soon.